All right. Hello and good morning, Donna. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much for asking.
You're
Super
welcome.
excited to chat with you.
Yes.
Um, you have a great resume, but I don't want to speak upon your experience for you. So, if you don't mind, let's jump right into it. Tell
Okay.
me a little bit about your professional experience, please.
So my professional experience, I have well over 10 years of customer service. I have been doing customer service since about 16, working at little things like Taco Bell and
Mhm.
Macy's. I have hands-on experience with customer service role. I was also a flight attendant, so engaging with people face to face is something that I'm used to doing. I also have I also have experience in administrative role. I worked at Griffin Parking, so I did administrative roles, office work. I also worked um, at a currency exchange for anyone who knows what that is. And so I was an assistant vault manager, so I have experience with money. Um, I think my biggest experience was just me being talkative. So, so that helps me out a lot when it comes to communicating with customers and clients and just building relationships. I think that's like my biggest experiences that I have. Yes.
And that's great. And thank you for sharing that with me,
Of
Donna.
course.
I am looking at your resume here. You told me a little bit about your experience. Your most two recent roles were as a administrative assistant, one being for a roofing company, and as you
Yes.
mentioned, the latest being for the Griffin Park and area maintenance in Tampa. So if you don't mind, tell me a little bit about what those two roles look like, what your day-to-day will look like as well.
So working with Ramcom was really great. It was just a temporary role because I was filling in for a lady who had a baby. So she was on maternity leave. It was great. I would come in, I had a own desk, like a cubicle, and I would work on mm, I want to put it in terms to where you understand because I don't want to explain things and then you don't really get it.
No
So
worries.
all I would do is just like input invoices. So I work with their insurance side. Roofing companies have claims that they have to put in. So Elevate
Mhm.
and Firestone are together, which are insurance, Firestone and Elevate. And then you also have General Mills, and they are another one that we would do too. General Mills and Johnson Mills as well. We would do that. That's another insurance that I would have to build and create for Ramcon itself, which is the commercial roofing company. It's located here in Tampa. It's great. The people who run it and own it and operate it are family. They're all family. So it was his dad, and then the dad passed it to the brother, and then it passed it to their son. So it's very family oriented. It was a really good establishment. I just came in, like I said, and I just built mostly for insurance, making sure that it was up to date, making sure that the codes were there, and making sure that the technicians could read the slips that I would type up. So when they get to the building or when they get to the facilities that they needed to fix, they will understand that I have to go to maybe a plaza, but it's Plaza 1003 Building 2. And so I would have to tell them exactly like where it's located and stuff. But it was really simple, just a simple job. As far as Griffin Parking, that was a great job as well. Very quiet, small. It's like a mom and pop type of business. So it's really little. And what they do there is they sweep the roads. So you may see someone in a sweeper truck and they are sweeping maybe Publix parking lot or they're sweeping like a Lowe's. Okay, that was our company because it's not too many of those companies out here. It's really only two. And Griffin Parking is the main sweeping company. So when people call in like 1-800 sweepers, they're calling Griffin Parking. 9 times out of 10, he was speaking to me. And then I would take your information down, what needs to be swept, what days did you want it to sweep for. I would have to invoice them to let them know how much it would cost. I also have to send them contracts so they would be able to sign it and send it back to me, saying that they were agreeing to the cost of the sweeping services. I also did payroll because we had 32 employees. So I had to make sure that I get their paychecks to them first thing Monday morning. So it was a great role, just
Yeah.
administrative work.
That's amazing. And from what I see on your resume is that you have worked in various industries or environments. So for me, that shows you're very adaptable. For example, right, you worked in the roofing industry, you worked as a flight attendant, aviation nonetheless. You've worked in a few, the call center environments. You've done you worked with QuickBooks, you've done billing. So I want to pause there because I want you to touch base on your billing experience. So if you don't mind, tell me a little bit about that.
So billing like for Premier Solutions, that's one of them. Really, it was kind of like collect call billing. So people who already owed bills, and you would call to say, hi, this is Premier Billing Solution. I was just calling to follow up. You have, bills that are past due. Of course, I wouldn't say it like that, but you have some bills that are past due. Just wonder if we can help you to try to make any type of payment towards it, to bring the debt down a little. That was really good. Sometimes it will be hard because, of course, you get people to hang up on you, and I really don't like rejection. And
Right.
as far as billing or administrative role billing, when it came to Griffin Parking, it was just invoices. Most of the invoices I would do through QuickBooks. So I would send them an invoice through the QuickBooks, and the QuickBooks would email the client, letting them know that they had a balance maybe of like $150, and letting them know that at a certain date we will be processing it if they had a credit card on file.
Amazing.
And I will also email them out a receipt, of course, after I did process their credit card payments.
That's incredible. You have a wide variety of experience, payroll, invoicing, QuickBooks, customer service, administrative experience. So that's amazing in itself. I know we touched base on QuickBooks as far as systems you've used. What are some other systems you're familiar with?
So I can do Excel and I can do PowerPoint. Excel is really not my strong suit, but I do know it. I do like PowerPoint. I have Google Teams, Zooms. I really don't think I've used anything past that. Outlook, I could do. Microsoft, mostly all the Microsofts I know how to operate.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Of course.
Now, do you have any upcoming time off at all that we should know of? And if so, did you want to let me know any time off that you have?
Oh no, I mean, because I don't have that job anymore, I'm just pretty much open and free. So everything is open availability.
Awesome. And were you able to start a new role right away?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Well, that sounds amazing to me, Donna. I want to go ahead and just wrap up our interview and thank you for the time that you spent with me.
Of course.
If you don't mind, stick with me on the line. I want to chat with you really quickly.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.